Hi, I'm John Pitts with Carmel Artomobilia, and today is part of our series, Passion Behind the Owner. We're here with Phil today. Phil, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
Phil, this is a fantastic car, and you have to tell us your story. Talk about this beautiful car.
Well, sure. I've always been a car nut my entire life. I was one of those little kids who could identify cars. I have known this car my entire life because my grandmother got it as a gift. Instead of a second honeymoon trip around the world, she decided that she wanted a fancy car because it would last longer. So as a kid, I rode around in this car every time my grandparents came to town to visit. By the time I was 10, I was asking her or telling her that, Grandma, I want this car when you're done with it. So they gave it to me for graduation from high school.
Wow.
And she'd owned it for 20 years at that point in time. I then just stored it while I was in college and really didn't do anything with it. So I finally got to the point where I could restore it, did a ground-up restoration, and then drove it to Florida to visit her. And my normal routine in Florida was to fly down there, rent a Mustang convertible, get sunburned forehead, and visit my grandma. I arrive in Florida, I'm already sunburned, and she's like, well, have you already been here? I said, no, Grandma, I drove your car down. I drove with the top down. Oh, no, you're teasing me. Show me the pictures. I said, no, Grammy, I brought you the car. You're teasing an old woman. That's not nice. I said, look out the window. She looks out the window of her condo. It's there in the parking lot. It's just like brand new. And she did not even put her shoes on and goes down out of the condo into the parking lot to look at the car. And I've since owned it for almost 40 years now. I've driven it to California and back. I've driven it all over, obviously Florida a number of times. Just had a great time with it. And I'm a car nut because my dad was into cars. He almost got kicked out of his dorm in college for rebuilding a motorcycle in his dorm room. And I started collecting license plates off of Dad's cars when I was 6 or 7, something like that. My dad was always into small, fast cars, and I'm into big, slow cars. I'd rather take a bunch of friends out to dinner and not race and not roar around town. So this car fits that perfectly.
So you like the big iron. Tell us what your daily driver is, because I always get a kick out of this.
Oh, my daily driver is a 1977 Pontiac Le Mans. I went for a mid-size car because it's easier to park.
Well, thank you for your time today, Phil. It's been great.
Sure.
We also want to thank our host, Classic Auto Insurance, for making this possible.
Classic Auto, insuring your vehicle, insuring your passion. Call or click Classic Auto today.